Hi, I'm Anastasia, and today I wanted to share my experience with you about a prescribed burn I was able to attend here in Northwest Florida. First of all, I wanted to tell you what a prescribed burn is, since some of you might not know. Coming from California, I didn't know what a prescribed burn was or that they existed. In California, we have a lot of fires, which are uncontrolled or unwanted fires. Here in Florida, they use fire to manage the land, and it helps plants and animals grow and thrive. Of course, fire helps the plants and animals out west too, but due to the dry conditions and high winds, fires quickly become near unstoppable. The day I went to the prescribed burn, the conditions were good. The winds weren't too high and the humidity was ideal. It didn't kick up a lot of smoke for the local community, and it was burning slowly. For me, this was a different perspective because a lot of the smoke I paint is intense and big because that's what I'm used to seeing out west. So how I was able to go out to this fire was that I was in contact with the public information officer in my local region for the Florida Forest Service. I was able to meet up with this public information officer for my region, and he was my escort. He also educated me a lot on the process of a prescribed burn and what they do. I went out on February 24th, 2017 to Milton, Florida. It was an area just east of there, and there were 6 to 8 guys burning about 1,000 acres. They did it in 4 to 5 hours. I loved the sound of the fire burning, the crackling sounds as it moved under the trees and burned the brush. I also loved the smell too. It wasn't just a campfire smell, but the different smells of all the plants burning. Some of them smelled sweet, and I thought that was really beautiful. And of course, being an artist, my favorite part was the colors. Especially in the afternoon, the sun is going down and the light is filtering through the smoke. It creates really cool colors as the opacity builds in the smoke. My favorite part was near the end of the burn, when we found a field north of the fire. The wind was pushing the smoke and fire towards us, so we were waiting for it to come to the field. And it was so beautiful to see this whitish blue smoke coming through the tall pine trees towards us. I stood at the edge of this golden yellow field. As the fire got to the field, all the birds and bugs suddenly started flying out of the grass as the fire approached. All of a sudden, when the fire hits the field, it starts to burn really fast, and the flames shoot up to almost 8 feet tall at one point. Then the fire was creating its own wind, which Joe, my escort, told me about. That was an amazing experience to feel the wind, how strong it was, and that the fire created, even for this small and gentle prescribed burn. At the most intense part of the fire, we were about 50 feet from those tall flames. All that smoke and debris was making my eyes water. It was a little scary at times, and I stood behind the car as the fire approached the fire break that we were standing on. We knew we'd be safe there since there wasn't anything to burn, but it was still a little scary just to see how powerful fire is. And then suddenly, it died down once it reached the fire break and there was no more fuel to be burned. After the fire died down, I went out to the field to see what it burned and what it did to the earth. It was really beautiful, just how quiet and clear the field was. Yes, things were black, but upon closer look, anything that was short and had enough water survived the burn. Even moss went completely untouched. New little plants that were green survived. It was really cool to be up close to it and to see just how this fire worked. Even though it was gentle and calm, it was beautiful comparing that to the other fires that I've seen. Overall, it was really neat to see fire used in a good way, even though it was destroying plant life. Here in Florida, lightning is known to cause wildfires, and is part of the local ecosystem. So eventually, if humans don't manage the land, nature will. It's really amazing to see the contrast between humans and nature, our relationship between it, how we can help it, control it, and sometimes how it can control us, our homes and communities. So thank you, Florida Forest Service, for having me out, and thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below or contact me personally. Thanks again.